everybody. Welcome to the 2023 Savage World Adventures Guilds Awards. We are joined by a slate of amazing creators here. Alb, Richard Wilcock, known as Zadmar, Yanity Yetmar, Jacob Oskabushi, and the inimitable JM DeFogie.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Landauer. I'm the Pinnacle marketing dude. And we are super. Oh, and Alan Rose in the chat. I think Alan Rose should be on screen, man. His name's on one of these awards.
It is.
Yeah, we'll shoot Alan a link so he can join us too if he wants to. But guys, it's been an amazing 2023. We are giving out these swag awards for the most popular Savage Worlds Adventures Guild products of last year. And so I'll just give a little brief on how we kind of pick those. The first award we're giving out is the best free product. And by best, we mean the one that's the most popular. This is all chosen by fans, by what you guys decided to download or throw your money at. So we took one product that was given away absolutely for free for the whole year and picked which the one that tops the charts on that, and that gets the best free product. And then we looked at total sales. So we looked at both sales volume in terms of how many you sold and how much money you sold, and then just how many numbers you sold. So big projects and small projects are both competitive, and we kind of do a little math behind the scenes and figure out around the top 10 to 12, somewhere in there range of what works. And we kicked Richard off the stage. There we go. He's back.
Thank you.
And, so just in time, guys. We'll get it rolling because we've got a full evening for you. But before we get started, we also want to let you guys know that if you want to enter the world of Savage Worlds Publishing, February is a great time to do that because it is Fast, Furious, Fun in February. We're going to get Alb to talk about that because he's going to win our first award for the top free product. And,
Yay!
Right? Just a little hint. And we'll have him explain what that is too. We'll give him the stage. But it is a great time. And if you are just considering, hey, putting out a new edge, doing a small adventure, right, that you'll like the tie. I'm all dressed up. Savage Worlds, classy and trashy at the same time. It's fantastic. It's February's a great time to get in. So you can as simple as a one sheet, anything cool that you can put out, do it for free, do it for paid, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever your skill level. 100% fine. Get in on the Fast Furious February, and we'll let Alb talk about that. But
and if you post about it on social media, use the hashtag FFFFebruary.
Yes.
3 F's and then February. So
there's a lot of F's going on. And I think I even have to let Mr. Objeski know that there might be even one extra F in his award coming up later. It might be a Fast, Furious, Fun, a Fantastic Official. But anyways, we'll get there.
We hear about the F's given in...
Right, we give F's. We give many
There's
F's.
There's never enough F's.
That's not true. So without further ado, congratulations for the 2023 Swag Award for Ultimate Reverie Jumpstart. Author is Alb. Artists, Hugo Henrique, Claudio Cassini. Critical hit, Daniel Comerci, Dean Spencer, Gary Dupuis, J.E. Shields, T.E. Luthong, and Vallejo Caliva. Awesome job. So tell us, Alb, what is the Ultimate Reverie? What do you got planned for it? And then afterwards, tell us about Fast Furious Fun February.
It was actually a crazy idea I had because I always wanted to recreate video game logic in an RPG. And one of the most important things, I started with the idea of save points. How can you emulate save points in an RPG that makes sense and still doesn't... sorry, my wife and children are just at the back. So if you hear children playing around, that's my fault. Sorry about that. The idea was to to replicate the save point in an RPG and to make it sense in universe. So that started with that idea. So I created a Final Fantasy-esque world that is Ultimate Reverie. And the idea fantasy becomes reverie. And the idea was to use dreams as a sort of saving point. So, yeah, he's one of the best. Tito Antong is one of the best artists that does. I'm trying to find my word in English. When you make an art and stock art. like when you search for the word table and it doesn't come to your
Yeah.
head. So the idea was to use dreams, so you could have like locations that are very close to the realm of dreams, and if you sleep there, you can have like uh, intuition of what's going to happen during the next day. And if at any point in time during the next day, if you sleep in that place, you can just say, no, it was a dream. Start at the beginning of the we restart at the beginning of the day, and that was just a premonition we had of what's going to happen. So it was my idea that the starting point of Ultimate Reverie was that the starting point to create a safe point, and then I try to emulate all those other tropes you have in RPGs, random encounters, hit points. So yeah, I transformed how wounds worked, because you still have wounds, you still need to pass toughness, but you have a lot more wounds, but you can soak. So that's the same thing as having hit points, and bosses can have like 15 or 20 hit points, and you need to gang up on them to have something. All the creatures have special abilities that feels like special attacks you have in RPGs and everything. So that's the idea about Ultimate Reverie. It was an experiment on my end. That's why it's free. It's completely experimental. I'm breaking more than a few rules of conversion in that document. So everything is try to convert the feel, not the mechanics. I did exactly the opposite. I tried to add mechanics that weren't existent in Savage World to make it feel more like a video game. And I hope that maybe I'll be able to make a full setting one day, but I have so many ideas that I'm pretty sure it's like on in the 10 position of my future project. So I hope I'll be able to do it one day.
Well, hey, a free jumpstart is a fantastic way
Yeah.
of getting it out there and building your marketing over time. And so
Mhm.
congratulations on that. So now tell us about, because you're one of the leaders in the swag community. You've organized multiple years of this amazing Fast Furious February.
Well,
Um,
it's to be fair, it's only the second year, so yes, it's multiple year, but only two, so
Hey,
it's a
that
couple of
counts.
years. Yeah, but it is multiple year, but just yeah. So Fast Furious Fun February started more as a joke than someone wanted to just said, oh, like you can add an F to the Fast Furious Fun, but that was such a good idea. I thought we need to do something because I very enjoy creator jams in general. I made a few non-Savage World related games through creator jams as well, and I wanted to be able to create with such a jam with Savage World. So that's how it started. I just made a few calls, write down a few messages to people in the unofficial Savage World Discord, and like it started like that. And last year we had a very, very good number of people that wanted um, to create. And I know like a few of the winners tonight were projects that were created by during the Fast Year's Fun February Creator Jam, mine included. That was a FFFF project submission. So that's fun to see that. And I'm going to say that Pinnacle is joining the fun because they're kickstarting the science fiction companion in February as well. So thank you for joining in the fun.
Absolutely, absolutely, and thanks for the plug. So you did it, so I don't have to. So yes, the Science Fiction Companion is coming to Kickstarter. I'll throw a link in the chat if you guys want to follow along to get notified on that. But we will give no more time to Pinnacle stuff, well, our in-house stuff, because this night is about all of you. And
right. It's the swag.
And I'm just going to add, like, I take pride in knowing that I won the prize for the best, the most not sold but downloaded free swag thing. But everyone else is on the top 10 list, so I'm on my own top 1 list. So that's good.
oh, so tell people how to participate. So I mean, I know we're going
that's
to
easy.
list you guys.
I'm a freak. I don't like to leave traces on the internet, so I have multiple nicknames depending on the social media. But I'm going to post. I wanted to post something yesterday, and today I real life gets in the way, but I'll post something tomorrow on the Savage World Discord, on Facebook, as well as on Reddit about the rules of the Creator Jam and where to contact me, which is basically like send me a DM and I'll just transfer it to GM which will put a link on Savage Universe for your submission. You have until the end of February to do so, and it can be the very last day at 11 o'clock and 59 minutes. We'll accept it. I maybe accept it a few minutes after midnight as well, because I know that some people aren't in the same time zone as I am, and like there's nothing to win. It's just for fun. It's just to create and to promote Savage Roll as a very cool system.
Well, there are Savage Worlds Adventurers Guild awards to win.
That's right.
Yeah.
Landauer wears a tie to these things, which he
Right.
did not tell me he was going to do, so I feel woefully underdressed.
I mean, and suspenders. So
That's nuts.
Do you have a belt as well?
I'm a hoodie.
Okay, no, because I don't trust people that wear suspenders and a belt.
Yeah,
that's-
that's
Too much.
right.
No, which
Like-
is Once Upon a Time in the West quote, one of my favorite ones. So that's why I wanted to tell it.
Shane's heart is swooning in the audience because anything Western, but that's a good one. So we appreciate all the work you're doing, Alb, and we've got another thing to talk about when we get around to Richard about kind of the community participation things, because there's always a really good one in the fall too, which as long as you're participating in the Fast Furious February and getting something published, you can also participate in that. But let's see, what should we do for our next one? I think Jacob was the first in the audience in the backstage, so we've got two for you, amigo. Let's start with this first one. Congratulations, Jacob, for the 2023 award winner. Oh, it is the Big Book of Small Spells. Author Jacob Obszewski and artist D. Draw. So let's start with that one, sir. Tell us, what is the Big Book of Small Spells?
So it's basically an extension of a single rule from Fantasy Companion, and also appeared in some other Savage product, which isn't technically under the Swag license, but it's the same thing. It's all about cantrips. It's like how you can basically just spend one power point and then use the power you have, then tweak it for role-playing purposes, for to use it creatively, to use it a bit differently. So, for example, if you can use your barrier spell to create a wall of bone, why not use it to create a single bone, or to create a ramp for someone to drive onto, or to create a small suture wall? If you can, so this is what cantrips are all about. And Big Book of Small Spells just shows examples of cantrips matched to Savage World game system. Okay, I'm trying to pull it up here. Okay, I'm not sure if you can. Okay, thank you. So yeah, here we have a couple of other rules. For instance, if you want to use those cantrips, basically in a society, I mentioned some tricks. If you run high magical societies like Eberron, you can also use these rules to emulate minor magic items. And they are examples of tricks, examples of how to use them for a single setting. So a lot of them are just role-playing. A lot of them have just like minor effects. Okay. So, for instance, we have powers from both the core Savage books and from the Fantasy Companion. I'm still hoping to update it with powers from the Horror Companion, but haven't found time to get to it essentially.
Well, fantastic. So the it is currently at a bargain-based discount price of only $1.99 on DriveThruRPG. We've thrown up the link in the chat, so plenty of you folks have already gotten on board and found the value in Big Book of Small Spells. But if you haven't, pick it up now because it looks pretty exciting. I like your excellent use of stock art, some nice layout skills. So congratulations on that one. And as long as you're here on stage, we will save you a trip because you, sir, have won a second award this year. And this is for Single Spy Mom, the official setting. Again, author Jacob Objeski, artist, stock art, and generative AI. Okay, so my favorite thing about Rosalind DeWitt's Single Spy Mom, the official RPG setting, not only did you use an extra F in the title on DriveThruRPG, which I will throw up here in a second, but this is kind of tongue in cheek, right? So there is Rosalind DeWitt, and the series of books this is based on is in your universe. It's in the RPG universe. There's a hilarious comment on DriveThruRPG from Kenneth, and poor Kenneth didn't get the joke at first, so he's very, very mad that he went looking for these books on Amazon and couldn't find them. So just a little background.
So yeah, this is exactly what I was shooting for, and I'm really actually glad that I thought to make a disclaimer before I in the product description, right? Because there is a disclaimer inside, and I almost forgot to put it on the product description to avoid false advertising. Yeah, this is based on a series of crazily popular airport novels, romance / science fiction / spy drama / single mom series, which of course does not exist. Yeah, so
but now it could. Like you could go right.
Yeah,
I'm just going to add. I think we all believe it was an April Fool's joke at the first because the premise was just so absurd, and it was around April that it was announced, and we were sure it was an April Fool's joke. And when it finally was published, we were like, "What? It's not a joke."
I announced it on April 1st. Yeah, on April Fool's. So this is basically based on a fictional novel series by Rosalind, pictured here by an AI. I usually try to avoid using AI, but this was, I kind of needed some specific characters to match the characters in the book series, which of course does not exist.
Well, and it fits the setting perfectly too, right? Like the artists don't exist and the author doesn't exist. So it's so meta and tongue in cheek. And certainly, even if it was an April Fool's joke, it is a silver bestseller at $4.99. So laughing all the way to the bank.
When I was reading through this, I heard the James Bond theme, but played by like Kenny G. That was the soundtrack playing in my head as I was reading through this.
Yeah, and it's playable. We tested this. It's not a giant joke. It stands on its own as a role-playing game setting, I think. It kind of, because I thought it kind of missed this tongue-in-cheek spy setting. Like we have stuff like Agents of Oblivion, or what was this Christian Catholic? I haven't actually read it.
Agents of Cross. Yeah.
So, and I think it was even that was too serious for my taste. So I wanted it to be a bit more tongue-in-cheek, a bit more like Get Smart, a bit more like Austin Powers. So I kind of tried to mix this with this idea for a soap opera and a series where private lives matters. So it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it's playable. There is for example, a very neat system for upgrading vehicles. Yeah, so, more of that soon. There is a system of running because it's creating spy gadgets, for example, using ordinary devices and adding some cool spy stuff to them. And a rule for downtime, because you're not just a spy, you are a spy mom or a spy dad or spy uncle, and you can. But if you probably don't want to role play your everyday activities. You're a person living in your life, so you have a system to play out some background events that can also lead to adventures. Yeah, in a spy setting that's based around romance novels, you have to have seduction rules. Probably I wouldn't do it if I was playing like a James Bond. I don't think that they're that necessary, but it's single spy mom, right? And here we have also stats for iconic characters, which also are totally fake. They're kind of based on this cartoonish archetype of good versus evil. So there's this. Villains and mission examples, and so on, and our heroes. And this, I kind of added this as an afterthought. There's stats for the author, so you can, play into breaking the fourth wall and have the author be kidnapped by bad guys. This is something different.
Oh yeah. So that's the next question, sir. We can't give it all away for free on screen, but as long as we got you up here, what's do you want to pitch something? What's coming up next?
Oh yeah. Because this month, I'm busy with something else, and I won't be publishing anything. I don't think I could manage publishing this on February, and as you can see, this is also kind of a cartoonish fun. This is also based on property with serial numbers filed off. So yeah, but it's about teenagers with a cute cartoon mascot that are solving mysteries.
That's
so
fantastic. I love the coloring on the layout.
Yeah.
Like that is. This
is kind of gaudy. This is kind of 70s style. And I love this, this, what was this called? Mr. Bagusta, UPA style icons. Well, luckily, I was able to find this stock art. And Sleuth Squad is all about, teenage detectives. It's kind of like between. It's between Pine Box Middle School and the East Texas University. So you can have a trilogy. You can start at middle school, go on the road in a sleuthmobile, and then come back to your hometown to school. So this is in the middle, and it's kind of written tongue-in-cheek. Unlike those two, it doesn't really focus on schoolwork, but so you can add those elements if you like. And there's and here's a picture of two capybaras playing rock and roll, because why not?
I never knew I needed that image before seeing this.
Right?
Now
that's going to live in my head rent-free for the rest of my life.
I'm going to say I just adore the Powerpuff Girl art direction you have in there. Mm-hmm. That's very beautiful. I very, very think you nailed the art you needed to convey the setting. That's very, very good.
There is also some other art. I think it's all stock art here. And so you have a strange mascot, you have strong archetypes, and really, edges Infinity not just for you, but in the entire gang, for entire Sleuth Squad.
And probably the old man to be behind it all, right?
Yeah, there's also that. This is a nice one.
So what's your timeline?
And they would have gotten away with it.
Right? Not for you darn kids and your silly animal mascots.
Okay, so this is like just the first, that's not even the half of the first layout element. It's the first layout version. So I won't be able to finish it by the end of the February. I hope for like middle March, for probably maybe 20th to be able, because I'm still working on the editing of the text. Then I'll lay it out. Then I'll go through it once again, and then maybe it will be ready. So not this February, maybe in a month or two. And this also, while I'm here, I can semi-officially announce that I will try and get it on POD. And that's kind of a big thing for me,
Nice.
because I've never done things like that before. Also, I'm not, based in the US, based in the Western Europe, so the delivery is a bit complicated for me. I need to, but I will try and get it in print, so it will be a nice chunky book like this random comic about this size. I actually have it on me just to better visualize how it will look.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, and in case the folks at home haven't noticed this yet, but the every single award winner on the screen here with us today is outside the U.S. Jake, Sam, and I are the only two stateside folks. So the Savage Worlds Adventure Guild is we're kind of getting dunked on by the Europeans, guys. I mean, they're
Hey,
yeah, you guys.
I'm not European.
Oh,
I'm just sort of you
Yeah.
guys.
Hey.
Well,
I'm from
wait,
Quebec.
I didn't want to give away. You're secretive. But the non-Americans, we'll just the abroads.
The
The
international
swag is ours
community.
now. You're not having it back.
That's right.
We're keeping it.
Right. The well, taking home an award tonight is our next winner. The Case of the Misguided Lover. Authors Jan Yetmar and Cyril Ronceau. Two non-Americans. Artist Dean Spencer, Rick Hershey, Keith Curtis. So congratulations, sir. I'm a big fan of these. I love doing a little police procedural in my RPGs. And so tell us about this individual case, and also kind of the whole Chronicles, the City Guard Chronicles. What's going on, sir?
Well, actually, I don't really want to talk about the case itself, as it's an adventure, so I don't want to give too much away. But for the City Guard Chronicles, the characters are city guards in a city that is quite corrupted, full of intrigue, dangerous on the streets as well as on the city council. And the characters form an investigation squad that is charged with investigating various crimes. And in this first adventure, it starts with a double murder, and they go from there.
Now, Cyril, I'm going to throw something up on the screen because so if you guys are at all interested in more details, there's an article on Savage Universe right now about the City Guard Chronicles. And one of my favorite things about this series comes back to layout. And when trying to do an investigative mystery, it can sometimes be difficult for the GM to track, where all of the clues go. And you have put together this is actually, I think, from the third one. Can you just talk a little bit about this flow chart that's in every one of these adventures? Because I know I keep harping on this, but this is I love this feature.
Right. So this is, as you said, the flow chart of the adventure, and every the adventure is divided into 3 acts. The assignment, that's the start of the adventure, then the investigation, the main part, and then the conclusion, the last part. And in each of these acts, there are scenes, and from every scene, it's possible to go to other scenes. And you can see it here that there are numbers of the scenes that you can continue to under each of the scenes. These are hypertext, hyperlinks. So you can actually go there just by clicking on the icon. And at the end of each scene, there are these squares with hyperlinks as well in the text, so you can easily follow where you need to go. a lot of the ideas that I put here are in some form from the Savage interludes I used to listen to. And I really tried very hard to follow all the advice that Tracy, Ron, and Veronica gave. I'm not sure if I succeeded in all areas, but this is one of them. I mean, they didn't really talk about something like this, but what they said led me to this. Also, when there are important facts given to the guards in the adventure, there is an icon in the form of a key, so that the GM knows it's important, and he could also say that to the players that this is an important fact.
Yeah, I as somebody who enjoys running mysteries, this is one of my favorite things, because it really helps the GM stay on top of all of the important clues and how everything interrelates. I also like the cold open, the prologues that you give. That's sort of the cold open to the case that sort of gives a hint but seems unconnected at first. And
yeah, I'm trying to do that. But the first idea I got for that was actually from the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
They start with action,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to do something like that as well, because the cases are mostly investigation, so there is not that much action there, and the start is quite slow, let's say. I mean, action-wise, slow. So I've decided to do the prologues, which are somehow tied to the adventure, but are not really important. But you can start in media res and do something right from the start.
Well, excellent. And this next award, so you won two this year as well, Jan. So congratulations. And the someone in the chat gets a special little shout out for this one too. So the second 2023 Swag Award for Jan Yetmark goes to the Case of the Missing Daughter from the City Guard Chronicles, also written by Alan Rowe, who's in the chat. Welcome, Alan, buddy. Artists Dean Spencer, Rick Hershey, Keith Curtis, Heinrich Harpman, and Jacob Blackman. So congratulations on getting two of these. As the most loved. The Case of the Missing Daughter is currently on DriveThruRPG for $3.95, and I will pop a link in the comments right now to pick these up. But you got me sold on the flowchart, sir. I love that concept.
Right?
That is super fantastic. Especially because game masters usually do those things for themselves, but so few people publish them. It's like that's valuable space that's good information to give to folks. So. I love it. So give us, obviously no spoilers, but give us a little taste on what's going on with your second big win of the year with the Missing Daughter.
Okay, I'll try to be as spoiler free as possible. Concealment's daughter goes missing, and the guards need to find her. While in the first case they were investigating a murder, here they actually have a chance to save somebody. And this case is a little bit more action-oriented than the first one, as we try to have different types of cases. So far there are 3 published, with 2 of them being very investigative, and this one a little more action-oriented, but the investigation part is still a large part of the case. The cases that will follow will each bring something quite different. The next one that is being written by Cyril, as was the first one, the Misguided Lover, will take the guards outside of the city for the first time, although the events that will occur will be very much tied to the city, and the investigation will partly take place back in the city as well. Also, there is an outline from a new author for an investigation, like a closed room investigation. I can't really remember how these cases like Agatha Christie's mysteries are called. They are not all closed room, but there is some name for the
Sort of like a bottle episode, right, where everything takes place in like one self-contained.
exactly with a number of people who actually everybody can be a suspect. Yes, and
It's usually called a locked room mystery, but
not yes, but it's not always a locked room. It's a locked room. It is only if the murder is done in a locked room. But there is one more name which I cannot remember. So and one case that I will try to write myself, but when time permits, because so far I'm editing and adding things to the cases that someone else written, like Cyril for the first one, Ellen for the second one, and Dawn for the third one. It's the case of the guardhouse siege, which will be a bit like the attack on Precinct 13. So it will be very action oriented, and there will be some investigation there, but most of the case will be centered about the battle against the evil guys who are trying to get into the guardhouse.
Yeah, super fantastic. So, the any plans on kind of the evolution of this line into either print on demand or putting out a setting book, or it sounds like it's really taken off so far. So.
Yes, I want to publish a mini setting, and I'm adding stuff that will be there. Also, there will be a player's guide / archetype PDF, and while we have archetypes in each case, all the currently published archetypes are humans. But in this player's book, we want to do also different ancestries, and we also want to include stuff from Fantasy Companion, because what we are trying here in this in these cases is just to use the core Savage Worlds book and nothing else. So everybody who wants to run it only has to have the core book. But in the player's guide, we'll use and build upon the stuff from Fantasy Companion as well. Cyril is really great with coming up with new archetypes. So he's the main archetype guy. And there is one more thing that is in the works, but who knows when it will be done and published. And these are small cases. That's there will be short savage tales and encounters and adventure generator for the guards. I mean, for
Awesome.
investigations.
Well, that is super fantastic. We are super excited, Jan, that the your project has really taken off, and we're glad to see that the community has responded so nice for you. The again, with both links are in the chat to pick up both of these, and I think if right, Special. no, Alan. SWAT's my idea. It's special.
That's
weapons,
right. I was just gonna say.
Spells, weapons, and tactics. No. I'll let Jan lead the way in the procedural police publishing. But the SWAT's all me, buddy. Anyways, I think if there was anybody to follow up, kind of the amazing little success story that Jan has been having, it's Richard Zadmar Wilcox, sir. Congratulations. You are 100% 1-for-1, perfect record for your releases in 2023, winning SWAG awards. So congratulations for this one. This is the 2023 SWAG award winner, Mine Runners, author Richard Wilcox and artist Dean Spencer. So, sir, what's going on in Mine Runners?
Right. Well, as I was gesturing earlier, this was actually something I created for the Fast Furious Fun February. So it's much smaller than everyone else's products. It's really just a little micro setting. You've got, like the 2-page micro setting, which just provides a character creation guidelines, an adventure generator, just rules for zombies and so on, and some examples for the adventure generator. And then there's like an example adventure in there as well, which is another 2-page thing, and it's just very, very small. And then you've got some cards in there that you can use to run part of the adventure, and there are some characters as well. So there's 9 pre-generated characters, both at novice and at seasoned rank. And it's just a really small product. It's something, if you want to run a game, you want to run a Savage Worlds game, you haven't got anything prepared, or maybe you want to run a con game or something like that. You don't want anything that requires lots of reading. You just want something you can pull out. It's just a very small product. It gives you everything you need, and you can just run a quick fun game. And it's slightly humorous as well. And because of the Fast Furious Fun February, have I got that right? Is it Fast Furious Fun? Fast February Furious? I don't know. You know what I mean. The FFFF thing that we do each February, Alb's brainchild there. The theme for last year was love and death. So I tied this in with the death, obviously, is the fact that you are these dwarves who are charging down into the ruins of your old city, and it's been taken over by zombies. So it's a sort of a reverse zombie apocalypse. You're actually going into the city because of your love of gold. So you play these dwarves, and your objective is to charge into this city, grab as much loot as you can, and then get out before the zombies catch you. So it's a bit of a Mines of Moria feel to it, I guess, because the idea is this was once a great dwarven city. The dwarves dug too deep. They unleashed some dark horror, and you're not quite sure what that is. But some sort of dark horror turned the people into zombies. They've taken over the mine and burst up into the city above it, and now they run everywhere. So yeah, you have to go in there. You have to get lots of loot, basically, and it's just a bit of a light-hearted sort of game that's really good for short one-off sessions.
Well, that is fantastic. So it is on Drive-Thru RPG for just $1. That's it.
Yep.
A single dollar. Yep.
We're super glad that your return to Savage Worlds Swag Publishing, sir. So question is on the runners part of the Mine Runners, is that a callback to Sprawl Runners, or?
No, it's not. It's I'm not quite sure where I came up with the name for that. It was actually inspired by the piece of artwork that's on the front cover. It was a piece by Dean Spencer, and I looked at it, and I just thought, that's action-packed scene where you've got these dwarves in this armored cart, shooting crossbows at these zombies that are charging at them. I thought that. Yeah. What's the story behind that? So I thought I'd come up with something for it, and I just the name Mine Runners. Maybe the Sprawl Runners name stuck in my mind somewhere, but it's not based on Sprawl Runners. But it's and also there's a suggestion in there for how you could tie it in with Saga of the Goblin Horde as well. There's a bit of a sort of an Easter egg in there that one of the possible bad guys is one of the goblin tribes from Saga of the Goblin Horde that somehow got into this dwarven mine. I did this with the Sharp Knives and Dark Streets the previous year as well. I put in suggestions on how it could be tied into the Saga of the Goblin Horde universe. I still want to do more with Saga of the Goblin Horde, and I think it'd be fun to tie some of these micro settings into the same lore. expanded a bit.
I'm going to add, we prefer to call the dwarves mountain humans. That's the way to go.
That's what they called in Saga of the Goblin Horde, yeah. But that's because the goblins don't really differentiate between the different races. They think they're all humans. So you got the mountain humans and the forest humans and so on.
Is this true? Is it true that Saga of the Goblin Horde is currently on a Direct RPG for $0?
Well, it's the original Savage Worlds Deluxe version. Yeah, which is fan
nice.
license. It's under the fan license.
Oh,
As one of my projects that I keep meaning to do is to update it to Suede, and I've just never got around to completely doing it. The problem is that because I want to really expand it and add more to it, so it's not just like a minor adjustment. I want it to actually be something a bit bigger than before, but that requires a lot more work, and I just haven't found the time to do any big projects. Probably seen all my projects have been kind of small things. And I enjoy doing small things. I don't have so much free time lately, so creating smaller projects means I can actually keep churning stuff out.
Considering
the Goblin Horde took me a couple of years to do. It was a major undertaking.
I cannot overstate how awesome Saga of the Goblin Horde is. Probably one of my top 3 favorite Savage World setting ever. That's just very good. Even if it's deluxe, download it. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, and I concur. It's fantastic. I love the tongue-in-cheek part about it, and and just rules for. I mean, I think J.K. Rowling missed the mark on whatever that horrible Quidditch game is. She clearly never played a sport in her life, but the awesome sport that's in Saga of the Goblin Horde is actually pretty fantastic, and runs well as an RPG sport, which is a hard task to write, compelling rules for athletic events in RPGs. But before we let you go, Richard, or before we move on to our other winners, I should say, tell us about the other big tentpole event for the swag community that you've been the leading force behind. It happens in September.
Yeah, so every September, the Savage Worlds community on the Savage Worlds Discord, all of the swag creators have the opportunity to take part in this big bundle where we put a whole load of our products together, and they're massively discounted. So usually between, like, they used to be about half price, now they're down to about a third of their normal price. And there's just a whole load of swag products in there. We try to put new stuff in each time, but if people don't have any new stuff, I say, you'll still put an old product in anyway, just to take part. Because the way the bundles work with Drive-Thru-RPG is that if you've already bought something in the bundle, you automatically get it discounted off the price if you buy it again. So it doesn't matter if there's something in there you already own, you just get the bundle cheaper. You get the new stuff cheaper, it means. So yeah, so we always organize this. So this would be in the lead up to September, usually the month before, I put a call out on the Discord, and anyone that's interested lets me know, and I send out messages, give people the information they need to join the bundle. And then, we go live at the beginning of September, and it lasts until the end of September. And it's a great way to pick up a good selection of swag at a really big discount.
It absolutely is, and we appreciate you spearheading that event. And it has been a super, super amazing event. I think it's probably done as much as anything else we've done to kind of let people know about the swag program and get participation, and then just increase download numbers for folks that their products get bought.
I mean, it's a good thing because usually, it always gets over 100 sales. So basically, anybody that takes part is pretty much guaranteed to become a silver bestseller at least, even if they've got no sales before then. So if you've got a product, and I know it's so difficult to market, to promote your work, you don't want to annoy people by posting adverts all the time. But particularly if you're new to the program, it can be difficult to kind of get your name out there. But all you have to do is just respond on the Discord that you're interested in joining the bundle, and you get your stuff in there, and you've got a silver bestseller at the end of it.
It's the secret hack to boosting anything that comes out for.
You want an award? You want an award? Join Swagtember. That's step one.
Right, it's definitely harder to compete if you're not in the bundle, because you got to earn all those sales by yourself. So
yeah.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you, sir, for not only your leadership but also continuing to publish under this swag program. It's a fantastic thing to see. Are you still active? And I'm a little sad that you're devoting more time to real life matters. Like I want more Zadmar products, but we're glad to see that the fans are still there for you, and hopefully more Saga or anything else that you're willing to throw out there in the community. We appreciate it. And then JD John Doom, mentioned your TriCube system. So briefly talk about what is a TriCube system and how does it work?
It's just a very rules light system that I created. It was originally when I was running games for my son, and I wanted to get him into role-playing games. And initially, it was just some really simple guidelines, and then I ended up turning it into a very rules light system, and I published that. And yeah, some people liked it, and I started creating little micro settings for it. And I really enjoy just experimenting with all sorts of different settings. And that's actually a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. Well, what I've done the last couple of swag products is based on the same, micro setting concept. And it means that I can try, experimenting with all sorts of different settings, whatever takes my fancy. The bigger products are great, and I really admire the other people here who have created really big products. But I know from creating Saga of the Goblin Horde, it just takes so much time to create it. And when you're just one person, and particularly when you've got other responsibilities, you're talking like a couple of years of effort to create something really big, or I am at least. But with these little micro settings, like the Sharp Knives and Dark Streets and Mind Runners and so on, it means that I can just try my hand at all sorts of different things. Whatever idea takes my fancy, whatever crazy setting idea I like, I can just create it and churn it out. And that's what I do with the TriCube system, and that's what I do with these little micro settings for Savage Worlds as well. So it just lets me produce stuff, otherwise I'm just sitting there in the background and you wouldn't see me for a couple of years, and then I'd come out with something and you'd probably forget who I was by then. So this way I can just keep active. Basically, I can just do something. It's a nice way to do it, a nice way to create things.
Well, perfect. We appreciate it, and no one's forgetting Zadmar anytime soon. So we appreciate you, sir. So we got a couple of extra minutes, and so all the folks who couldn't make the show tonight, because again, everybody's like 8 hours ahead. Or a lot of people are. So we don't hold it against them that they couldn't be live on the show. But our next big winner is Dark States of the Nation, author Daniel Irwin, artists Claire Collum, J.E. Shields, David Lewis Johnson, Dean Spencer, Luigi Castellani, Miguel Santos, and Indy Martin. Dark States of the Nation. Civilization on Earth is dying a slow and painful death. Avarice and fear rule the masses while the political establishment crumbles around them. Wars rage over dwindling resources, but Mother Nature wants her revenge. Somewhere beyond human reckoning, the eyes in the darkness have opened. Welcome to dark times. Welcome to dark states. We have had Daniel on the stream before, so you guys can check out our YouTube backlog to talk about him talking about dark states. And it's an exciting offering, and it is a silver bestseller at $9.99 on DriveThruRPG right now. And let's see, another twin award. Our next award, Enhanced Allies Enhanced. I mean, so much enhancement, it's almost like a late night advertisement on a cable TV show. The author Christian Mertz puts together Allies Enhanced Personalities. Let me get over there and read it. It's this was also a Fast Furious February submission. It is a new way to give personality to your allied or adversary extras. Instead of the D20 generated allied personality, the supplement uses a card draw to determine not only the random personality, but also a linked mechanic. Some good, some not so good for that extra. So I will throw up. It is currently available for just $1 on DriveThruRPG. And I will throw the link in the chat for this one. And that is Enhanced Allies Enhanced. Sorry, I'll put the actual name on that. And so I don't say that you guys need enhancement. I think that's a very personal decision. But this one sounds like a lot of fun, and it's only $1. So hop on it. The also winning a.
Is that if you want to turn your NPC into a wild card?
Right? Do you want some wild cards in your life? Do you want bigger, badder NPCs? Yes. Second award for these folks tonight is. Again, also with like the double repeat assonance, I think is the right word. Setting list 4, Unsettled. The also author Christian Mertz, artist Dean Spencer. Setting list 4 brings another set of rules to use for the Savage Worlds games. Take some, take them all, you decide. Warning side effects may include mayhem, excitement, and delusions. You are playing a simulation. Break the mold and try something new in your game. The results may unsettle you or things at your table.
This one's 16 setting rules. Like just...
Yeah, and it's only $2 on DriveThruRPG. Let me get that in the chat too. Setting this for unsettled. I like that we've got like blockbuster movie title themes for all these. I mean, they sound like Mel Gibson would star in all of these, which I think is very Savage Worlds. And so yeah, the congratulations to Christian Mertz for 2 big awards this year for both of those. And here's a product that is inspired by Sprawl Runners, which is perennially a bestseller on the Swag program, but didn't publish a new thing this year, so not up for award. But this one is great. It's from Adam Lloyd and Mason Lloyd. Magus Rogues, A Guide to the Sprawls. Artists Brett Newfield, Dean Spencer, J.E. Shields, and Ryan Trost. This is a data file where you find some of these sprawls' greatest secrets, unique specials rarely found in the sprawls, as well as new hindrances and edges that a runner might come across. Bewildering new magical traditions and their different outlooks on mana and the world, including the strange and oft-maligned technomancers, operators who fly through cyberspace only with the power of their minds. So you can kill people with mind bullets and have people be like, get out of my mind. They also look into the unique magical phenomenon, as well as new takes on mentors and a host of new spirits. So that one, well, let's see. I think that is an Electrum bestseller. It's on sale for $6.99 on DriveThruRPG, and the link will be in the chat momentarily. Boom. Awesome. So I'll jam throw up that one, and I find our next big winner. The last award of the night, but certainly not the least, and these were in random order, goes to The Blade Mage, author Thomas Clegg. And this
I dig that cover.
Right, pretty awesome cover. Yeah. This is only $2. It is a silver bestseller. The Sword Mage Magus Gish, all terms used to represent an individual who had blended their fighting and arcane skills. The Blade Mage brings the style of arcane background for the use of the Suede Fantasy Companion. It contains the base Blade Mage arcane background and 15 plus, I mean, come on, guys, 15 plus edges specific to the Blade Mage, but which can be adapted to use through other arcane types. It can be also used with the core Savage Worlds Adventure Edition campaign focused on a fantasy style setting. And it's only $2. So that is a super deal. Congratulations, Thomas, on that. And so good question for Undead Dan P. Are these links going to be compiled somewhere? Yes. We will have all the links up on Savage Universe in an article. And then on the peginc.com in our Tuesday newsletter next week, and an article that lives there. We will also have all of the links in perpetuity, so you guys can check out these amazing swag products. And other than that, we just hit our hour. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you to Richard Zedmar Wolcock, to Jacob Oszczewski, to Jan Yetmar, and to all for joining us. Alan in the chat, Cyril in the chat, all of you guys, you're winners in our hearts, but you're also real winners. So all of you can put the swag award on your products. Hopefully it'll help you boost some sales, but we really do, deeply appreciate the amount of community building, mentoring, spell checking, play testing you guys do for each other in the community, on the Discord, or the organization of events. It truly is heartening to witness just how much publishing talent, community talent, love, esprit de corps, whatever you want to call it, that you guys put out for real tie on a hoodie though. So
classy,
right. So classy. No collar, but tie. The clip on. What would I even clip it on here? But we really appreciate you folks, because it's harder with the gas crisis and inflation, and now shipping crises and the 2 major shipping canals. Getting our products to overseas, to Europe and abroad is very difficult. It's hard to get stuff to Canada too, Alb. So before you pipe in,
it's incredible how it like the price triples once you cross the border. That's absurd.
Right, and that's all in Canada. We don't charge more because we want to. It's literally the tariffs that your evil dial government wants to make it less competitive to give you fun stuff. So that's my soapbox for the day. But we do appreciate you folks, just being such pillars in the community. It's great that the audiences have responded and downloaded and purchased your wonderful things as much as they have. But we're very excited for Fast Furious Fun February. That kicks off today. So get those things publishing. Alba's got some.
We already had the logo, but I can send it back again if you want. For Fast Furious February. Just 1 second.
Ooh, yes, it is an awesome logo. I didn't have it pulled up on my computer, but I think I do have it in my email. I will fastly furiously try to pull it up.
Yeah, I need to open my email first as well.
Logo. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's a great chance. People can put something together for Fast Furious February, and then they can put it in Swagtember later in the year.
Right.
And something I just realized is that every single winner this year was in the last Swagtember bundle.
Yeah, so you're not winning unless you get in it, folks.
Well, I'm not saying that, but yeah, basically.
You may not be, but Landauer definitely is. So
right. So I've got the one for 2023 on my screen. Let me see. Can I share this tab? Let's see. Present. Share screen. Sharing screen is always dangerous.
I have the one from this year. Let me save it.
Let me see. Make a window. Oh, no, I gotta make it.
Can I just link it in the private chat?
If you do have a link, yes, I think that'd be good. But so while you're trying to link it, with the stall for 35 seconds to give you time to pull it up. What is the theme for 2024? So
the theme is Dreams of Rebellion, which is my way of pushing people for punk settings, cyberpunk, biopunk, atom punk, sandal punk, if you want. There's so many, a lot of punk settings that are interesting, or anything that relates to Dream or just rebellion. And the fun thing is you can be the ultimate rebel and rebel against the theme and not make it about the theme at all and still fit.
I mean, that is kind of the best theme, where the theme allows the subjugation of the theme. Brilliant move on that.
No, I just have the JPEG image, so I need to send it to someone.
Let's see. Let me pop up go back in the window, open up. Let's see. Let's see. Present.
I sent it to GM if you want to check. But
let me see. But so anyway, so it doesn't have to be for sale. It can totally be a free item or a for sale item.
It can be as long as you want. It can be. The idea is many of us try to make it during the month of February, but it can be something that you worked for a long time and want just to publish it during February as well. So there's no real hard rule that you need to follow at all. The only thing is you need to create something for Savage World. So,
well, perfect. So we're going to be on a little bit of a hiatus from the streaming for the next couple of weeks, but I do believe we will be back at the probably the beginning of March. We'll get JM back and all back to kind of talk about what people entered for Fast Furious Fun February and do the overview there. But until then, guys, we appreciate it. Congratulations again to all the winners. Thank you, JM, for a stellar job leading the Savage Universe community.
My pleasure.
It has been fantastic. We just love seeing that grow and all of the quality products. I mean, that's the one worry with any community program, right? You're like, oh, this stuff sucks. But you guys put out amazing stuff, so we don't actually even have to worry about that. Just amazing quality. So thanks again for Jacob, Jan, Alb, and Zadmar. And good seeing you, JM. The Alan in the chat, Cyril in the chat, thank you guys as winners as well. And with that, we will probably see you a month from now, sometime in March, to talk about who the Fast Furious February entrants were. And with that, I'll play a little music on our way out because it's an award show. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll probably see you in a month. Cheers, folks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you soon.